Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Mary. Today I am making a card for my sister's lovely little dachshund. His name is Freddie and he had to have some serious surgery done. He's 11 and so I'm going to send her a get well card for Freddie. I am pulling out these Paper Smooches stamp sets that I got recently but haven't used yet. Love Paper Smooches. And I am going to stamp out a pug and a dachshund. Now, Bo Billy is his name, is my pug. And the light of my life, joy to me, my well-traveled dog, has lived overseas, has lived in Hawaii, in England, and all kinds of places. Got him when he was 12 weeks old. There's some baby pictures of him. Just such a joy. We had to say goodbye to Bo in April. And there's him and my daughter and all their antics. And I hope that we provided a wonderful life for my little guy. And we were so sad. There's me and him on our last day together. So we pray for him every day and we talk about him all the time. And so I wanted to add him to the card for my sister. So here we have, I am coloring Bo Billy with some Spectrum Noir markers, and I used my color chart that I made for Spectrum Noir because as you can see throughout this video, the caps are very different from what you would think they should be. So as I start to color with them, they look drastically different. And so when you do a color chart and you fill that in, you have a greater idea of what colors you want to pull out and start using. Not quite sure why they made the cap so differently, but in any event, it works when you have a color chart to work off of. So I started with my darkest color and I made the shaded areas there, and then I just went medium to light. I've seen people do alcohol marker coloring in various ways. So you just kind of have to play with it and see what works for you and what you feel comfortable doing, and it's also the paper matters. So here I'm using Nina Solar White 80 pound for this card. If you're going to saturate a lot, you want to try maybe the 110 pound, but I didn't have any issues whatsoever with this one. So I'm moving on to Freddie, and I'm going to color him in. And again, this is where you really see the differences in the caps. But when I started to color them together, they blended beautifully. And so I'm using TN8, TN7, and TN6 here. So look at that, TN6 almost looks orange. So you cannot go based on the caps. I think I have beat that dead horse. Moving on. So I'm coloring in Freddie with the same technique. I started with the dark, moved to the medium, and then the light. I know some people have success with putting light all over. I really think it's kind of the same concept. I use less ink this way, so that's why I prefer to do it this way. So after I fussy cut them out, I'm going to take my Memento black marker and just outline the outsides. No white border, so that's perfect for me. I like to kind of make sure it looks nice and neat. And then I'm using a color blend that is oh so familiar to you if you have been watching my videos. So I'm using Twisted Citron, Salty Ocean, and Faded Jeans. I thought this was, because Freddie's a little boy dog, I thought this was suitable to a boy card, and so I am going to use the Distress Oxide Reactive technique, spray water, and then pick that up. Once I am done with getting the blending done and the technique done that I like, it took me forever to figure out how to lay out this card. I spared you all that. But I have some paw dies that bought separately from Paper Smooches. And I cut out the paws in the bottom there. Then I'm going to take one of the stamp set sentiments. It says, for my best bud, my best pal rather. And then I am going to back that on black cardstock. Now I did not need this little black piece of paper here, but I didn't know that until I figured out what I wanted to do with my card. But that's another option. If you're not going to mat it on a black mat, you can do that. So then I'm just affixing my card using both tape runner and liquid adhesive to put my card together. Once that's done, I pull out my Jelly Bean Soup Get Well Soon stamp set, and I'm going to stamp a sentiment in the middle of the card. And that's basically just going to sending wishes to get well. I've taken the innards of that die. I know they're not called the innards. What are they called? The positive? And I am going to place that on the inside of the card. And then I'm putting Bo Billy on a little wobbler. So he's an action wobbler. Look. Aw. So he's ready to say hello to his buddy, Freddie. On the outside of the card, I am going to use Glossy Accents to add a little bit more to those paws, just so that they stand out. Now, this is what I ended the card with. I popped up Freddie originally without the heart, but then something was missing. So I added that heart to it, pulled Freddie off, put the heart down, and I am much happier with the way that came out. So just added a little bit something extra to the card. I hope you like this card, and thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions or comments, I always love hearing from you. And until next time, you can find me at other forums below, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.